Hey there, we're Talia and Ophira Edut, identical twins and astrologers. Welcome to AstroTwins Radio, where we bring the stars down to Earth. Welcome to the week of July 15th to 21st. Talia here in Seattle.
And Ophi in New York.
Excited to be together. This week is going to be active straight out the gates. And it's not going to stop, even though it's the last week of Cancer season and you can still enjoy a little bit of summer chill. The crescendo moment is on Sunday when we have the full buck moon in Capricorn, the second of two full moons in Capricorn. That, by the way, you will not want to miss our free event that we're doing. So we're going to just start this podcast out with an invitation because this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be getting together for a Capricorn full moon, our second Summer of Success Fest ritual. And we're going to be teaching you what we call the elements of success in our I Am system, where we're actually going to be calculating in your chart what the dominant element or maybe two elements are and how you can really bring that in to infuse your goals with some soul.
Yeah, love it. Cannot wait to do that. So, but already you're going to get the spark, the catalyst on Monday when Mars, the planet of action and drive, and Uranus, the disruptor, the change maker, the revolutionary, make their meetup once every 2 years. They meet. They are connecting in Taurus on Monday. Now, I'm going to say do slow down a little bit because both of these planets are a little accident prone. People are going to be stressed and impatient and rushing around. So if you're doing your summer traveling or just in that goal-focused mode that we all are in this summer with this Capricorn influence, just be mindful. Don't try to do too many things at a time. Stay calm. Take your meditations with you. Do, extra things to take care of your body, your health, your well-being, so that you can tap into this dynamic energy because it is a moment to unleash your genius. You may have a huge idea and suddenly have a breakthrough epiphany about how to do it. You can see new pathways for breaking through something that you've been stuck on. Use this kind of as like popping the cork on your summer this Monday.
It's really a great catalyst for any Taurus-like initiatives too, which involve money or the great outdoors or comfort, self-care. Earth signs are all kind of interesting. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because they bring this pragmatism, but they often get overlooked for the sensuality that they bring in. And we've been talking about success all summer from a different perspective. The old model of success is grind and hustle, but the new model is incorporating spiritual technology, as we call it. It can be listening to an inspirational podcast while you work on your garden, which is what I did. I've been complaining about how hard it was to do my garden.
There has been a theme of like things feeling hard for a lot of people this summer and being tenacious, which between Mars being in Taurus, which it is until July 20th. So this is also a really good week for that too. On the 20th, Mars is moving into Gemini for the rest of summer until Beyonce's birthday on September 4th. But this week, Mars is still in that hard-working, hard-driving Taurus sign. So people have been kind of grumbling and complaining and yet pushing through. Like I've been watching friends and clients and readers say, that was hard, but you know what? I did it anyway. One of our friends sent an email out to her old customers that she hasn't been in touch with for like 10, 15, even 20 years with a new offering. And a lot of people I know have been sitting together, kind of banding together, co-working, whatever, helping each other out with projects too, which I think is very much in the spirit of Jupiter.
As well, and then also Uranus too. Yeah, Jupiter and Gemini did, but Uranus rules technology and community. I call it Uranus 1 minute, Uranus the next, but it really is never Uranus.
World's most awkward planet to talk about.
Why do I always have to stop on that planet name? But yeah, I mean, Uranus is about technology, which it sounds like your friend kind of got on there. I mean, I've been challenging myself to do more social media this summer and like make more videos and actually like having fun with it. I think Taurus, you can think about as hard driving, but you can also think of it as like falling in love with the process, breaking the process down into steps too. Like that takes the hard driving energy. You don't have to be like the bull charging ahead always. You can also go, like I started adding little sticker overlays that made me giggle a little bit, like a Voldemort one on this video I had to do about Trump's election, or just prediction. I was like, oh, I didn't even
It
realize
cost
these
us a
were in
couple
here.
hundred followers, but totally worth it.
I know, I think I
Um,
think so, like maybe 300 or so, but yeah, definitely a sacrifice
But
that had
that's
to be
so
made.
Uranus Mars too this week too. Like being a little controversial, being edgy. We as astrologers, there's so much divisiveness in the world right now and polarization that we're always dancing on the should we or shouldn't we talk about certain things because we want to have as much inclusivity in our community. And we want our readers and listeners to know that we respect your right to sovereignty and to believe in whatever you want, to vote for whoever you want. And we also have insights and opinions, but opinion free insights to share to help you be informed about what the stars are saying. So many people were asking us after the debate between Biden and Trump about the election that we just leaned into that Mars and Uranus energy of controversy, and just Tali made a bunch of Instagrams, which many of you have seen, about all the candidates and potential third party candidates and the vice president and just what the stars said. So I think, like this week may be a time that you have been holding yourself back from saying something because you're afraid of offending or polarizing. So it's a great time to find a creative way to talk about things that you've been wanting to talk about.
But if you really can't figure out how to do that without getting canceled and you don't want to get
No,
canceled,
yes.
then maybe you
Maybe not this
shouldn't say
week.
it because there's a real impulsive hot headedness that can come with a Mars Uranus conjunction. So find that outlet. It might be a physical outlet. It might, Taurus also rules how we care for our bodies, our physical structures as well. I've been actually watching Mind Valley, which is one of my favorite apps. They have all these spiritual lessons and teachings, and but they bring some science into it. They have a program called 10X on there. Supposedly, if you do resistance training for 15 minutes 2 times a week, you can get stellar results. So I'm watching it. I'm curious.
It's certainly a week to be open to,
Yeah.
like, go on a listening tour of cutting edge ideas for mind, for body, for soul, for innovative approaches to things, for health breakthroughs, for work and productivity breakthroughs, like how we do our work. Is something we're so obsessed and fascinated by. So, in fact, that's a big theme of our book. I'm going to do a shameless plug because we are giving away a reading and we are still in our contest pre-sale period. If you don't yet have your copy of our book, The Astrology Advantage, it's coming out August 27th. Please go get a copy. Not only will you be helping us because we'll be able to tell our publisher to print as many copies as possible, but you will also be entered to win a reading, or you can also upgrade to our 8-8 Lionsgate ticket and be entered into a drawing to come and hang out with us in person in San Francisco for a day of astrological wonder and fun, live reading, hanging out at the astrology.com offices, having dinner, getting your chart read with us. Get your copy of the Astrology Advantage because, back to the topic at hand, it's going to help you with your workflow and your happiness and overall fulfillment. I mean, I think we spend most of our lives sleeping and working. So happiness needs to become a bigger part of that. And it's how you do your work and go about your day and set up all the moving parts of the day that can play into your level of satisfaction and inner peace and fulfillment and delight and wonder. So this Mars-Uranus conjunction week is an ideal time to just go out seeking and treasure hunting for strategies that other people use
And
to
yeah,
balance their lives.
I love that what you're bringing up is mindset, and that is a great segue actually into Saturday's Mars transit when Mars leaves Taurus, which is much more about sensual feeling in the body to your mental state. And
Mhm.
Jupiter's on a 1-year tour through Gemini from May 25th of this year till June 9th, 2025. And Mars and Jupiter are actually going to make an exact meetup on August 14th. That's something that doesn't happen that often, every couple years as well.
Yep.
And if that, some much
This
more
time.
heady and much more idea focused. So, what I love about, we are in the summer of success, but we've been like steeping like tea leaves, steeping over the last month in this like cozy pot of Cancer water. I've had so many ideas but it's been really interesting. My workflow changed during Cancer season. I've been finding myself needing to be more kinesthetic, more in my body. As I moved things around in my yard, I actually was cleaning and listening to business podcasts. And then I would sit down and I would get ideas. But it was like this process where I had to actually be physically doing things, gardening, and then the ideas would come. But now they're going to come as Mars joins Jupiter in Gemini. They're going to come through conversation, through partnership. We can actually sit down and write. Gemini rules our communication from our writing to our speaking. So, with Mars bringing this excitable energy there and Jupiter already bringing this expansive energy, beginning on Saturday, we're really going to have a chance to kind of get those thoughts down on paper and into dialogue with other people. I feel like it's going to be a real
It's going to be
exciting
good.
time.
I'm so ready for that because I feel like this Mars and Taurus period. I've had people around me, but it's like it's the grind. I mean, Taurus is that hustle grind,
You
break
have been
ground.
grinding.
Somebody, one of our friends was telling us how, like, all over social media and in her friend group, she's in her 20s, people are saying, like, this is the summer that's not a summer. And between Mars and Taurus and the two Capricorn full moons, I'm not even remotely surprised.
So, actually, let's talk about this Capricorn full moon, the second one. The first one was the full strawberry moon. It was all about this lusciousness. And I hope that even if you were grinding, you had a chance to, have some fruitful energy with the people in your life. I actually hosted a little barbecue on the 4th of July, which I haven't done in years since the pandemic. It was really lovely. The full buck moon is July's full moon. We've been kind of jokingly saying, is this going to make us grow a pair? It's called the full buck moon because that's when the antlers appear on.
We're
And
talking antlers,
we're talking,
gender
yeah.
free, gender neutral.
Well, I do think it is the male, a
Oh no, you're
deer, but
right.
whatever. Anyways, they're all velvety. So, are you ready to reveal your antlers? Are you ready to grow a pair if you've been a little too passive? So, what we're gonna do at 2 o'clock Eastern is we are gonna take you through the elements of success. We talked about that a little earlier. We are going to show you how to find the dominant elements in your chart: fire, earth, air, or water. Some people have two, along with the dominant modalities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable, which make your I am. And we're going to show you how to use those for success. And what's really interesting about it is your whole chart can be distilled into, for most of us, one sign. That's kind of the overriding essence. We do have some hybrids. Some people have two and some people have four, but that's pretty rare. We are water innovators. So most of our chart is water signs, even though we're Sagittarius, and cardinal signs, even though, we're also a mutable Sagittarius sun, but we have mostly Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So our chart dominant is water innovator, water cardinal, which is a lot like Cancer. And that makes total sense. We work together as sisters, we have a family business. Most of our customers are women. We love being home, working at home, and we get a lot of power. So we're going to help you find and distill the power essence of your chart, that elemental essence, and do a little meditation too. And you'll get to try on the tools of our book, The Astrology Advantage. So that's completely free. It's our gift, our celebration of summer with you. So we have the link in the show notes for you to go and sign up for that and join us. Or you can go to tinyurl.com/success dash fest. That's where you'll also find it. And we hope you'll be there with us. We
Few
already have,
hundred people,
and it'll
and there'll be
be
more. Yeah, but it's always such a great uplifting vibe. The one we did at the solstice just really, I feel like, has made the last 3 weeks of my life feel so clear and good. Just was so awesome to come together with all the positive energy that's always there on our webinars and events. So come tap into that. Just get a bucket full of that for your full buck moon. And
come grow a pair with us. We're going to have a
yeah, well,
great
when I think
time.
about antlers, it really is that kind of like what you use to like put your head down and charge into your goals or protect yourself too in your dreams. So
I
we
kind of think
do
of them
need
as
that.
like antenna too. Like, what are
Oh
you
yeah, so
pulling
true.
in from the spirit realm through there?
I
Boop, boop,
love
boop,
it.
boop.
I mean, that's going to help us with manifesting for the rest of summer, which is very active. Mercury's going retrograde August 4th through 28th, but we're not going to talk about that anymore until we have to. However, it is a good time to start to prepare because Mercury retrograde is a good time to consolidate and really go back and do the things that you didn't get to do. So up until then, really getting clear about your goals and dreams and innovative ideas this week, especially. Get that in front of you, get that clear, bring that with you to the Sunday session. It will be recorded if you can't come, but we highly recommend coming on live with us. So bring that, even if it's fuzzy and out of focus, bring that spark to the webinar on Sunday because we will get it clear. When you learn about your chart dominance, as we call the I am diagram, you are going to get a burst of clarity that you can
Huge.
you can really use Mercury retrograde as an incredible cultivation period so that you launch into fall. Let's not talk about fall. It's still summer,
No.
but when it comes, because it's going to come, you will be so sharp and ready, and we will be so ready for you.
Let's help your antlers emerge if they're not there. And, for everyone, this Capricorn full moon is a culmination of the June 21st one. This has been a really powerful period. You may not even be aware of your success because it hasn't taken traditional forms. But I feel like this is going to be a real crystallizing full moon where even if you just had this kind of random thought bubble floating, you're going to be able to pull it down and put it into a plan and a form. And you feel the energy of a full moon for 2 to 4 weeks up to the next new moon and then the next full moon, which happened to be in Leo for the new moon and then Aquarius for the full moon after that. So you get to use this. It's not only a 1 day thing, but the more with Capricorn, the more of a clear vision you have, the better you can harness it. You want to be a little more single focused and not as scattered after this or not as
Right.
wide. You want to go, sharp rather than wide.
Antlers are a sign of maturity, and
Mm.
what you planted at the strawberry moon on June 21st is now maturing and emerging into a more adult form, which makes sense. The second full moon is kind of the sequel to the first one. So whatever has been ripening, those ripened strawberries from the strawberry moon emerging as antlers. It's an exciting week of coming into your power. And we will be hoping to hang out with you at the end of it to
Yay.
celebrate.
And of course, we'll be back next week to talk about Leo season. But until then, keep on steeping. You can keep incubating those ideas. Cancer's the mother sign. Keep gestating. And let's see what you give birth to with us or on your own this Sunday. And we'll be back next week for more cosmic chit chat with you. See you then. As always, thanks for listening. You can discover more of your star power at astrocell.com and be sure to follow us on social at AstroTwins. Join us next time for more cosmic fun.